Hi YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere, it's Mark with GeorgeToon.com. I'm back with another Monday morning mailbag, so get yourself a cup of coffee, kick back, let's talk some wet shaving and some other things. What do you got this morning, huh? I got Dunkin' Donuts and it's in my Kellogg's Cereal City coffee mug. Yeah, I visited this place, Cereal City up in Battle Creek, Michigan. Late 90s, early 2000s. It was a museum that Kellogg's built to the manufacture and dedicated to the manufacture and making of all their cereal products. It was a really neat place. I think it's closed now. I'll have a link to the Wikipedia article so you can read more about it if you're interested. Also, before I get to the questions, I wanted to talk about this book here, Theodore Rex. I had mentioned Teddy Roosevelt in a previous mailbag. And for those of you who are interested in reading about President Theodore Roosevelt, this book was terrific by Edmund Morris, Theodore Rex. Now, there are 3 books in the series. The Rise of Theodore Roosevelt, which deals with his early life, from his birth to his vice presidency. Theodore Rex, which deals with his presidential years, the 8 years that he was president. And Colonel Roosevelt, which is his post-presidency years. I started reading this book first, book 2, of all about his presidency, and then I went back and read the first book, and then finished up with Colonel Roosevelt, the 3rd book. All 3 books are wonderful, but this book is especially terrific because it deals with his presidency, which is what I was originally interested in. And it reads like a movie. You'll learn a lot about the man, and I recommend all 3 books. If you want to start with this book, it's a good place to start. If you want to read them in order, up to you. Theodore Rex. However, I didn't read it in hardbound. I read it on my Kindle. Have it on my Kindle there. You can see that. And this was a really good way to read the book because it is a big book. And let me show you the text right there. Yeah. So it is involved, but boy, it really is a page turner, and the pages really do fly. So whether you get it on Kindle or on hardbound, either way it's good, but I really preferred reading on Kindle the first time around, and I got the hardbound edition so I can just kind of grab it and flip through it. So really, really terrific book on Teddy Roosevelt. Just wanted to pass that on to you. Okay, so let's get to some of these questions here in the Monday morning mailbag. We're going to start off with John Davis, who says, "Hi Mark, do you ever use artisanal shave products? I can't recall any videos of yours where you do. I almost exclusively use artisanal soaps and aftershaves, but there are so many artisans out there these days that I appreciate you using the more straight ahead products." Well, cheers. Well, thanks very much for the message, the question, John. I really do appreciate it. I contacted Carrie Seibert over at Soap Commander, and I asked her, "Are you an artisan soap maker?" And she wrote me back and she said, "Answer, yes, I would consider myself an artisan soap maker." And the reason is the definition of artisan that she included. Definition of artisan: 1, a worker who practices a trade or handicraft, craftsperson, a skilled artisan. 2, a person or company that produces something such as cheese or wine in limited quantities, often using traditional methods. And you know what? Their Soap Commander soaps, shave soaps, and I got some of their aftershave here, and they do make a bar soap right here, like that. Yeah, I would consider this an artisan soap. So I have used this on camera, and I've done a review of it, and it's terrific soap. And she considers herself to be an artisan soap maker, so I consider this an artisan soap. And there are a couple of others that I've used. Cold River Soap Works. I regard them as an artisan soap maker. Chagrin Valley Soap and Salve Company out of Solon, Ohio. The founder of that company started by making a small batch of soap in her kitchen to help cure her husband's eczema, and it just started there. A very small operation. She used natural and organic ingredients, and it grew into a business, and she still uses the same methods as far as I know. So I would consider her to be an artisan soap maker as well. So there's 3 right off the top that I've reviewed that are artisan soap makers. And yeah, you're right, there are a lot of them out there, and they may grow and become a larger company, but if they're still using the same methods and still making those soaps, in the limited quantities, then yeah, I would consider them to be Artisan soap makers. So yeah, I think that I've done reviews on some Artisan soaps out there, but I agree. Some of the bigger corporate soap brands are also very, very good, and I enjoy reviewing those as well. So thanks very much for the question. I hope that answered I hope that answered it for you. G-Man 480 writes, I love using that cream as a pre and post shave moisturizer when using the Pinot shave soap. Then I follow up with the Clubman Classic Vanilla Aftershave Splash. All three are the exact same scent. Well, he is referring to the review I did on the Clubman Pinot Classic Barber Shave Cream. This is a brushless shave cream, and he's using it as pre-shave and also as post-shave. And I got to tell you, I have some of the greatest viewers out there. You know, I hope you're learning something from this channel, but I learn a lot from you guys also as well. And that was an absolutely great tip. And I have started to use this as a pre-shave as well. Now, in my review for this, I noted that you don't want to splash on a lot of water before applying this. Just a little bit of water and let this cream, you know, massage it in and work it in. Don't thin it out too much. But as a pre-shave, you can add a little more water and thin it out a little bit more because you're going to be using it as a pre-shave. Now, the directions on the back clearly state that after you shave with this, that you can take the excess and rub it in as a moisturizer. And I've been doing that as well. I've been using it upstairs, just getting a little bit and rubbing that in upstairs, and it really does act as a nice moisturizer. I also will work this in after I use the Pinot aftershave and then get a little bit of this and do a little bit of post-shave there also. So yeah, so for about $6.50, $7, you have a pre-shave, a shaving cream, and a post-shave product right here in this tub. So you know, it's like a triple threat. So I think that's really kind of neat. So thanks very much for that question, and I really do appreciate the tip. All right, I have a question. This is from Eric Veritas Blair. I have a question. Could we get a couple of extra shaves out of a blade by flipping it upside down? You know, this comes up an awful lot. I pointed out that something like the Gillette Silver Blue here, if you open this blade up, interestingly enough, let me get this out here. Interestingly enough, on the blade, there are little numbers. There's 1 and 2 on one side, and then 3 and 4 on the other side. I don't know if you can see that. 3 and 4 on one side, and then 1 and 2 on the other side. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 on the blade. And a lot of wet shavers have always said this is so you know what side of the blade you're on during the shave, so you can get 4 shaves out of it. You know, 1, 2, and then flip it, 3, 4. Other people say that it's just a quality control thing that they have on there. Some blades don't even have numbers. Treat Platinum blades, I just noticed in answering this question, preparing to answer this question, their blades have an A side and also a B side. So perhaps they're encouraging you to flip the blade. I don't flip my blade. I put the blade in, I shave, and I'll have 3 to 4 shaves with some of the less expensive blades, and I'll do 5 to 7 shaves with some of the blades that are a little more expensive and they're a little more long lasting. But for the most part, if I'm using an inexpensive blade, 2, 3, 4 shaves, and then I toss it. I don't flip, I toss. Blades are inexpensive. If you want to flip and try to get an extra shave out of them, okay, that's fine. It may or may not work to you. I think the edge is going to be the same whether you flip it or not. However, they're so inexpensive, you know, just get a new blade. I mean, 100 blades, 100 Astra blades are less than $8. And if you use each blade 4 times for 4 shaves, you're going to get more than a year's worth of shaves. If you use it 3 times, you'll get almost a year's worth of shaves for less than $8. As I say, they're inexpensive. So, you know, I don't flip, I toss and get a new blade because they're so inexpensive. Okay, Rob V writes, Another great video, new subscriber. Well, thank you very much, Rob. Is Avon Wild Country a dupe of Lime Sec or the traditional Pinot? The steer logo is throwing me off, but I've never found Wild Country. Well, Wild Country is available from Avon. You see me use their aftershave balm quite a bit upstairs and even on my face. This is a nice, beautiful aftershave balm. Good moisturizing properties. You can get it from an Avon rep. You can get it on eBay. You can get it on Amazon. And it really is, it's very good. It's not that expensive. They also make a cologne that you can also buy through an Avon rep on Amazon, on eBay. And got a little spray there. And it's a terrific scent. And as far as being a duplicate of Lime Sec, Club and Lime Sec, I've never tried Lime Sec. I don't know. I found this to be very, very close to the classic Club and Pinot scent. Although it's not identical, it's in the ballpark enough to where I can use this with the Club and Pinot. However, I have used this. Now this is their aftershave splash. This is new old stock. Many years ago, I went to a school and gave a talk to a friend's child's classroom on cartooning, and she was an Avon rep, and she sent me one of these bottles, and I love the scent. So all these years later, I find out that they're not making it anymore, but I found new old stock of their Wild Country aftershave splash, and you probably see me use this on camera. You also see me use the bottle with Pinot Clubman put in there, but this is their aftershave splash. You can see it's similar in color. And it is a really terrific scent. Very, very nice. And I was up at the Avon site doing some research to answer this question. I found out that they're bringing this back for a limited time only. You can get on their waiting list. I'll have the link below. Send them your email address and they will alert you when this will be available. And I contacted the company and they gave me a kind of a generic answer saying, hey, thanks for contacting us. But they didn't say that there was an error on that page. So I'm assuming this is going to come back for a limited time. And I know I'm going to buy 3-4 bottles of it because I love the scent. And hopefully it'll come in a glass bottle like this again, because then it will keep longer. And I know this kept a long time. I don't know how old this is, but like I say, the scent is beautiful. It's new old stock. And, you know, I've got all three. So, you know, if you do buy this, you might as well get this and the cologne at the same time. So then you've got all three of them, triple threat. And that's great. That's it for this episode of Monday Morning Mailbag. I hope you enjoyed that. I sure did. Great time talking to you and answering your questions. I really do appreciate all your kind words and words of encouragement for this feature. I really do. It's been great. So please share, please subscribe, hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below, let me know. Check out my blog, georgetune.com/blog for my comic with George. Other cartoons, other videos like this. Check out my Amazon page, amazon.com/shop/markzarady, where you'll see all the products that I review on that page, categorized and organized, so you can find them very, very easily. Thanks very much again for tuning in. Make it a great week.